Hello, fellow ink drinkers, and welcome back to the Blind Girls Book Talk podcast. My name is Aria.
And I'm Belle.
And we are two legally blind sisters who love reading and love books. And so what we've done is we've created this show in order to talk about that. We talk about a wide variety of bookish content, and that can range from bad retellings of stories, book-to-movie adaptation comparisons, buddy reads, recent reads, bookish challenges. Really, the list does go on and on. And today we're doing another Belle Recommends. And this time, the book that Belle recommended for me to read was Persuasion by Jane Austen. Okay, so first things first.
I think also Belle Recommends You is a bit of a stretch. It was more so, Aria, you remind me of Anne. You should read this book.
Uh-huh. Well, okay, so first things first. I'm not a classics girl. I never have been, never was, never have been. Not typically my cup of tea. One of the only classics I enjoy is Pride and Prejudice.
Hitchhikers.
And Hitchhikers. But there's not many is the point. Like, there's a few, but there's not many. And so I've tried reading other Austen novels, Emma being one of them. We did an episode on that one. And I didn't like it. It wasn't for me. I want to say there was another one I tried. Oh, Northanger. I've read Northanger. And again, also wasn't for me. It's definitely better than Emma, but it's just not my cup of tea.
It's a good book.
So this time I tried to read Persuasion. First of all, please say aye or raise your hand if you have been personally attacked by Jane Austen. I am saying aye and raising my hand. It is me. I have been attacked by...
It's you. You're the problem. It's you.
No, I'm not the problem here. Jane Austen is the problem.
Well, technically, she's not.
Jane Austen is the problem. I have been personally attacked. The reason why is that I see a lot of similarities between myself and Anne, and I hate it, and I don't know how to fix it.
That's why I said.
Yes, but she's the one who's always like, we should do this thing. Like, this is a very rational thing to do. We should do this. We should do that. And her entire family ignores her.
To be fair, though, she also doesn't have a Belle. To which case, you're like, I'm rational, but like you're still unrational.
I make very good points most of the time. Don't look at me in that tone of voice. Regardless. So, okay. I'm going to go through and explain what I understand of Persuasion. And I mean, it's kind of like a bad retelling all rolled into one. So like, if you don't want to be spoiled for Persuasion, if you want to read it on your own, then now's the time to drop off. But yeah, also it's a classic though. So like, I don't know how you can really spoil a classic, but that's just me.
Well, I mean, there are some classics that everybody knows. The storyline is known. Like, Pride and Prejudice, it is the original enemies to lovers.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, okay. However, other classics, such as, like, Northanger Abbey, most people don't know Northanger Abbey, and that upsets me. It's a very good book.
Mm-hmm.
But, so, like, I feel like Persuasion... It's not Emma, it's not Pride and Prejudice, and it's not Sense and Sensibility. So it's kind of like in with Mansfield Park. Like, it's kind of like I can kind of forget this.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, I feel like it's not as known. Also, Persuasion is just a hard one to get through.
It is.
It can be not as difficult as Emma.
No, not as difficult as Emma.
Legit, the first gigantic paragraph of the book. It's just so bad.
Yeah. Persuasion is difficult to get through. I was listening to the audiobook while I've been working on making my Christmas presents for the year. And it got to the point where like I was done, with one part of the present or something like that. And I could turn off the audiobook and I was like, thank goodness, I only have this much left. I should be able to finish it next time. I didn't. I had to do like one more reading session, but it was rough to get through. And so pretty much Persuasion is about a girl. Her name is Anne. She has an older sister and a younger sister. Her mother passed away. And pretty much her youngest sister ended up married to some guy. And she, along with her older sister, remain unmarried. They have a cousin who was supposed to marry the eldest sister, and that crashed and burned. He married somebody else. Anne was supposed to marry a soldier guy, and pretty much she got talked out of it by the lady who was kind of like a mother figure to her after her mom passed away. And so the guy was super upset about it all. And he was just like, fine, whatever. Years later, they meet up again. And she's kind of like, oh, I still like him. And meanwhile, he's talking to like the sisters of her youngest sister's husband, essentially. And he's like flirting with them and all of this stuff. And it turns out he was like still had eyes for her, but he kept trying to like convince himself that he could like one of these other girls. And eventually they end up together. It's almost like a second chance romance in a way, would you say?
Yeah, kind of.
If Pride and Prejudice is the original enemies to lovers,
I think this is the original miscommunications.
No wonder.
It's the original.
No, or would Emma be miscommunication?
Emma,
because I see more second chance with this one.
Yeah, okay. This is original second chance. Emma's miscommunication.
Now, what's Northanger?
That's a good question.
Friends?
No, that most like that would go more of Mansfield.
Or would that be more Emma?
Well, it's between Emma and Mansfield.
Or they both are, but Emma has some miscommunication.
Emma's miscommunication. I'll think on Northanger. I'll think on it. I really don't know.
So, and see, the thing is I'm not a big second chance romance girl. Like, it has to be done very, very well for me to be like, oh, okay, I'm here for this. Otherwise, not really my cup of tea. So yeah, I mean, my thoughts on it, like I said, I'm attacked. Like the whole time I was listening, I was like, I am attacked. Jane Austen is attacking me and I don't like it. The fact that Belle equates me to this book is very concerning.
Ain't wrong.
I'm concerned. And
I mean, you used to equate me to Northanger.
You act like that's a bad thing. Because what is one good thing about Anne? Uh-huh.
She cares a lot.
Uh-huh.
I mean, I sound like Jane. He's tall.
Uh-huh. Yep. Whereas, meanwhile, for Catherine, she is young. She is wanting adventure. Like, she's very adventurous.
She's naive.
She is naive, but also, like, she wants to go on this adventure, and she's kind of taking it, like, she is hardcore.
But that's not me anymore.
At the time, it was.
Yes, at the time it was. But I read that junior year of high school.
Uh-huh. And at the time, that fit.
Still love that book. Still a great book.
So
get you a man who understands muslin.
So, yeah, meanwhile, the captain here. But see, okay, the other thing I don't like about Persuasion is that to me, Anne had like 3 choices for love interests, right? You had the captain, who she ends up with. She had her cousin because he found her attractive. And she had some other random guy that I have no idea how he showed up, but he did. And essentially, like, I didn't like any of them for her at all. At the end, I was like, okay, that's cute. But, like, I didn't see why everybody was like, oh, the captain.
I can't help you with that.
Other than he
Persuasion
had money.
Wasn't... Well...
Or he made his fortune.
Darcy.
Well, no, he made his fortune. Darcy inherited his fortune.
Yeah.
The captain made his. I forget his name. Wentworth? Is that it?
Yes.
I retained something.
Wentworth, yes.
So, yeah, I mean, it's just, I don't know. Again, I'm just attacked. I'm attacked and I hate it. I hate being attacked by frickin' Austen. It's annoying.
I mean, I don't really know how to fix that for you.
You can't.
But do you now see why I said you should read it?
I see why. Doesn't mean I like it.
No, it also doesn't mean that you have to like it.
Yeah, no, it's definitely not my cup of tea. I'm now a little concerned to go through any other of your recommendations.
I mean, so far we don't got that much. I think we only have like 2 more on the list.
Yeah, and we'll keep kind of going, I think, with this, because this one is fun, because it's kind of easier for you. And
just gotta show up.
Yeah, you just gotta show up, and I'm
just here.
I have to be the one to do the reading. I'm trying to think what else that while I was listening to Persuasion, I was like, I have this thought. Yeah, she is very much how you said she is caring. That is literally all she has going for her, and her family just walks all over her.
Yep.
And I hate it. I am personally attacked.
Well, we don't walk all... Well, I kind of do.
Uh-huh.
But I would say walk all over. It's I manipulate you into doing my bidding.
Uh-huh. You act like that's better.
It is in my head. Yes, it is.
That is not. In fact, I believe most people would say that is much worse. That is way, way, way worse.
Yes, but I do it in like the opposite of like how the older siblings always like to the youngest, my minion. For me, it's legit, my adult minion.
You are ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous.
We have the opposite of older and younger sibling relationships.
Oh, sometimes we do, man. I swear.
This is one of them. And you also act like I do the worst things. I just make you talk for me.
Mm-hmm.
In public, so I don't have to talk.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But you also have to remember, sometimes that's for the best.
Mm-hmm. So you say. But yeah, no. So yeah, did I like this book? Not really, no. Would I recommend it to other people? If you like Austen, if you've read other Austen works and you've enjoyed them, I mean, I'd give it a shot. If you like second chance romances, I would say give it a shot. You know, if you're looking for like a classic version of that, this be it. But for me, I don't know. With Pride and Prejudice, there's something that like it just draws you in and it just keeps you in there. Like, and you're just so invested in the story. And with Persuasion, it ain't there for me personally. Like, it kind of tries to, but it doesn't quite stick the landing for me. In my opinion, if this is your favorite Austen book out there, I'm so sorry, because it's not mine. But also, I am not a classic reader. It's just not for me.
I mean, Persuasion isn't for me either. I will take it over Lady Susan any day of the week. That one is horrible. Do not recommend. But, like, for me, I just found that one so boring. And just the character of Anne just so annoying to me. But I have issues when it comes to certain female characters. And that's just a me thing.
Mm-hmm.
It's literally not against anybody else in the world. Like, every human is different. My own, like, you know what I'm trying to say. But, like, personally, for me, characters like Anne, I can't do it. I don't like it.
Mm-hmm.
It's not my cup of tea. But then again, I know, like, characters that I like aren't many people's cup of tea.
Mm-hmm.
Just like I know I'm lots of people's not cup of tea. I know that, and I accept that wholeheartedly. I will be the first to say it. It's amazing I have any friends.
I'm not going to comment on that.
I say that when I have like 3 friends, and one of which is my dog. Yep.
We're doing great over here. So yeah,
this episode's all over the place.
Kind of, but not really. But yeah,
my brain is scattered. I'm just coming off a sickness, so like,
yeah, real life has been a little bit crazy this week. We've been living a bit in Murphy's Law, so we're just gonna keep on keeping, and that's all we can do. So that's really all that I have for this one. And I know because it's not my favorite and it's not Belle's favorite.
This is very short.
Yeah, we don't have a lot to say about it because, I mean, you know, we could go on and on about why we don't like it, but it all kind of boils down to what we said earlier. Like, that is the short version.
I have never watched, I do own films of Persuasion, but I've never watched them just by how much the character of Anne gets on my nerves. So I'm just like, I don't want to watch it. Maybe we'll do that over my break.
Yeah.
Maybe we'll watch not the newest.
Mm-hmm.
We ain't watching the newest. We'll watch the oldest newest.
The oldest newest. Okay.
Makes total sense.
Indeed. So yeah, we'll see. Because I was thinking of watching one of the Persuasion movies, so I didn't have to read the book. And that just kind of backfired. So
I think it's early 2000s.
It probably is.
That one. We'll watch that one. We ain't watching the new one. Maybe we'll watch the newer Emma one day.
We'll see.
We gotta get through the Lizzie Bennet diaries.
Yeah, that's on the list too. We got a lot of things that we need to do over your break.
Studying is one of them.
Uh-huh.
I don't want to go to finals.
So that being said, we want to thank you guys for coming along today as we talked about my thoughts on Persuasion, why I am attacked by Jane Austen. Of course, if you like this episode, if you like what you've been listening to, please consider following the podcast and sharing the episode with your friends. It really would help us to grow the show, and we would appreciate the support those actions would give. Now, what are we going to be talking about next time?
Favorite book quotes?
Yes, that is indeed what we are going to be talking about.
Lovely.
So, that being said, we'll see you guys next time. Bye.